Welcome Wolfpack to episode number 2 of our Let's Play series of Transport Fever 2. In this episode we are going to try to square away the freight line that you see right here, and we're going to try to make sure that it makes some money for us. We will most likely also take out a few loans to start a passenger train line service since we have the 2 tracks running to the 3 stations. I do plan on starting an open sandbox live stream series on this channel next to this series. I will link that series in the description below. If this is your first time on the channel, please hit the red subscribe button and set your notifications to all. If you enjoy military and survival type games, check out my second channel. That link is also in the description below. Let's jump right into this. The first thing we have to do is figure out what is going on here. We have a bit of a log jam. These guys are waiting for a full load of food, but these guys are waiting to get in here to drop their food. So we're going to have to go ahead and configure this station for a cargo platform, and we're going to drop a couple more of these in. That way we allow some more vehicles to get into the terminal. Let's go ahead and get out of this view, and that should allow this one to come in, drop our food. This one is not going to be loaded, but he's going to go. He's going to be taking the food up to here. I'm sorry, they're dropping grain here, is what they're doing, and then the grain is going to be processed in the food processing plant, and then these guys will be taking that food up to this annex, which will then be transferred over to the train station for transport. I don't really know how long that was happening, but for every 2 grain that comes into this station over here, it only makes 1 food. So it's going to take a little while. I might consider throwing another couple of vehicles on the line. Since we have 4 vehicles that are doing this, we might want to have 8 vehicles running back and forth grain to from the farm to the grain. So maybe we'll do that right now while we have the cash to do so. 4 more cargo vehicles. Buy those, and we're going to put those right on this line right here. And that should keep a pretty steady transport of food, grain, coming into the food plant and allowing these 4 to bring up a good amount of food up here. So we do have some food sitting up here already. It looks like it's already, we don't even need that line, so that's actually pretty good. That's interesting. So this train station is already servicing this plant right here. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the need for this vehicle right here. We're going to take this line down, the food supply line right here. We don't even need it. Yep, we'll sell all of those, and we will go ahead and delete this line. I do that from the line area, though. Food supply line. We don't need it. Let's, yeah, I don't even think we need this this truck station right here, honestly. So that's a good thing. Let's make sure that our train is going to be waiting up here. It should be in Garland. It should be waiting for a full load, and that's what I wanted to do. So we're going to make it wait. And that wait time is going to be unlimited, and it will be waiting in Garland for a full load of food. So there goes our, we should have a really good supply here coming over to the food line. And we're going to need it because this train can take 21. I believe it's 21 it can take at any given point, so that's a plus. We're going to go ahead and bulldoze this as well because it is not needed, and we're just going to double check it. Yeah, so this food production facility is serviced by this rail yard, so we don't even need that line. So I overlooked that before. So we went ahead and fixed this and already made it a little bit more profitable. So what I would like to do now is I really want to get a train for passengers on this line as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to need to take out a couple more loans for that for sure. I think I'm going to borrow another $2 million. We're going to be about $10 million in debt here. But I think it's going to be for a good reason, and it will eventually pay off, as I was saying in the previous episode. So let's go ahead and add that, and we're going to have 3 passenger cars right off the bat, and we'll go ahead and buy that train right now, and then we need to make a line for it. So that line, since that train is up there, just we'll make this one go new line. And it's going to come down here. It is a passenger train. So passengers. Make sure we're clicking on the correct icon. I didn't realize we had to do that before. And that gave us a little bit of a delay as well. And that should give us a passenger line. And then we're going to go ahead and make McAllen a third stop as well. That way it's, so it'll go Oxnard, McAllen, Garland, McAllen, and then back to Oxnard. So that should help out. We're not going to have them wait for a full load or anything like that. And we will name this the Garland Oxnard passenger line. And we're going to go ahead and put that train on that line, and that should get us a decent amount of money eventually. Should get us a decent amount of money started up. So train number 2, we're going to put them on the passenger line here, and that should kick us going. We have spent a ton of money in this first year. It is now January of 1851. We've spent a ton of money so far, but I do think this is going to pay off, I hope. Otherwise, it'll be a short series. So our train is loading up. That's a good thing. We have the 4 box cars. It's able to carry looks like 28 food down to the other city. So that's a good thing as well. Garland can takes actually I think I'm going to start setting up some bus lines here in the city bus lines so that the train traffic can start going as well. I'm going to put right in the center of the town, or near the center of the town, I'm going to put a bus tram station right over here, and that should service the bulk majority of the town as it stands right now. That's commercial, that's industrial, and then what I'll do is I'll make another bus stop out here, and we may end up connecting those roads, but we will see how that works out. So this bus is going to come around that way, and then we'll have another bus stop down here because the train station's down here. So that'll be, actually I'm going to have them go this way, and then I'll have this bus stop on this side of the road, right around here, and then we're gonna get rid of this one. That's not exactly what I wanted to do at all. That's terrible. That's brutal. So I guess go ahead and fix this. And then I guess we might as well go ahead and fix this as well. That is not what I wanted to do at all. Just destroyed the town. Destroyed the town. Might as well connect these. And those. Really got to help Garland out now, because this is that was not ideal. Alright, this bus stop is going to be right over here where I just destroyed all those houses. And then we're going to put a line in. That line will go from here. This is going to be the Garland bus line from here down to here. And then down over to here and make a loop. And then we're going to put 2 buses on there right now, which are really right now, they're just horse-drawn carriages. Maybe we'll do 2. And that will go on line number 1. Line number 1 we will rename to, get into the line, Garland bus line. And that's just the line that people use to move themselves from point A to point B inside of Garland or to get to the train station. How's our food coming along over here with the trains? We got 16 in there. We have more food popping into here. This is good. And we got vehicles coming both directions. This is looking pretty decent right now. Let's check on our train. No passengers, but we're capable of bringing 42. But yeah, that'll be losing some money for a little while, but we will hopefully make that up in the long run. This is a nice sized city already. We do have bricks running, or rocks running from over here. And we do have some people over here waiting in Garland. We got a couple of people sitting at this bus stop. We do have some people moving around. That's a good thing as well. Unfortunately, we destroyed half the town. Not my best move in the series. Let's go down here and try to spur some growth down in the McAllen town. Probably going to have to take out another loan for some of the stuff we want to do here to get everybody squared away, but I feel that this is going to be a main area of McAllen right here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put one of these bus lines right here, and that'll service, again, a lot of the commercial and industrial. And then we'll come up here and we'll make a bus stop up here to service the majority of this upper area. And then we'll drop one right over here. And we'll make that a loop as well. We'll go into the line, create a new line, stop one. Oh, we had another one over here. Didn't we put a bus stop in? Oh, we had no money for it. Alright, so we're going to borrow another 500,000 because we don't need a ton for the bus stops. And we'll put a bus stop in right there, and we're going to put a bus stop in right there. Now we'll create this line, add our stations, 2, 3, make a nice loop. We're not going to make them wait. We already have a road depot down here, so we're going to buy 2 of these horse-drawn vehicles. And we will go ahead and put them on the orange line number 1. It should kick them out. And this line will be called the McAllen bus line. We already have some people waiting in Garland. I'm sorry, in McAllen to go to Garland. So that's a good thing. The train station is already, we already have some people moving around. I don't think we have anybody here, but we should be picking up some people. The train is loading up soon. And we have one more city down here to square away when it comes to passenger transport. And that is Oxnard. So let's go ahead and do that while we have some money to mess with. The food is going to be coming down this way. Oxnard is a relatively small town. So I think we're just going to go with regular bus stops in Oxnard. And we're just going to run from the train station. And we're going to run it down here and back. I don't see too much demand right now. There may be a lot of demand very soon as we start to get some food down here. But we will see how that works out. We'll adjust accordingly. So we'll do a new line there. And then back to there. And it's just going to be a 2-stop loop right now. And this is going to be the, what did we say this was? Oxnard, right? Oxnard bus line. And right now, we'll do 2 again. I don't think we have a road depot down here yet. No, we do not. I will eventually be incorporating this oil. There is a ton of oil down here, and I mentioned that in episode number 1. There's a ton of oil to be used down here, and we also have a demand for oil here, or fuel oil, refined oil, that is. So we will definitely be tapping into that in the future. Let's put this road depot out here a little bit. Tuck it in behind the trees back here. And we'll buy 2 horse-drawn carriages for Oxnard. And that should start feeding passengers over to the train station. We already have people waiting at the train station. So that passenger line should be making money in the very near future. We are taking a huge hit right now money-wise, but hopefully it works out in the long run, like I said before. All right, we still have some people. We got 19 people. We have the capability of carrying 24 people at any given point on the passenger line. And this should be a little bit better of a turnaround the next time. So we have 8 vehicles running food over here. For each one, there's 2 food being made. So we have 16 food being made each time. So by the time this train comes back, we should have close to a full load for it again. A lot of people here in McAllen waiting. That's good. Trains, they will make some money, hopefully. We do have people, yep, we have people waiting over here. We have a full bus heading over. That's good, and we should be doing okay with the road vehicles in the intercity bus lines. Where's our passenger train? There we are. Bringing 5 people back up, and it should be picking up quite a few people here. We also have people waiting here, so that will start to slowly improve. And we still have food being kicked out. Hopefully we will fill up our train here in the very near future. I would like to get one load down there. It's only May of 51, so not quite full buses running around Garland yet, but that's okay. A lot of people waiting in McAllen to move around. We might end up putting another, well, we don't have the money to do it right now, and I really don't want to take out another loan. But we have 40 people waiting in downtown over here. 40 people waiting in, wow, a lot of people waiting. And that's a good thing. So I don't know if they're going over to the train station or what they're doing, but McAllen is certainly starting to thrive. Here's some buildings going up right downtown here. This might be a spot for our future headquarters. McAllen looks like a good spot. $13,000, not terrible. Let's see how many people we pick up. 32 people. That's good. That's going to be a good chunk of change when we get up to Garland. Not bad. Are we not getting enough food here? What's our problem here? All right, one more. Which should be right there. That should release the train. Our freight line right now is not making any money, but I think that is going to change here in the next little while. It will not be long. As soon as we get enough ton of food to throw on that train, I believe that this thing is going to be profitable in no time. There we go. Full load of food heading down. And I guess maybe the station that's overloaded is this. Yeah, we got 56 people sitting here waiting. So once we get a couple of these train incomes in, we're gonna definitely put some more buses on this line here in McAllen. There's our most heavily loaded train right here so far in the series is going to be pulling into Garland, and that should be a good chunk of money. $155,000 for passengers only. Loading up passengers right now. And we're off. At 27 people, that's not too bad. We're doing okay for having $10 million in loans out. Food is heading down, just passing through. I have a feeling that that's going to be a pretty good chunk of change right there. We're running at $500,000 in deficit per year right now. We're midway through August, and we've lost $528,000. So I think, you know, we will eventually turn it around, and it'll be good. But right now, it's pretty bleak. It's really tough to make money in the 1850s. So we just had a good chunk of change come in from our train number 2, the passenger train, and I think we're going to have a pretty good chunk of change come in right here as well. There we go. $400,000 right there for that food run. That's huge. So and it will not take us nearly as long as it did the last time to load this train up, because there is food being processed and waiting up there for us right now. So we might have to wait a little bit, but it won't be like it was. We waited almost a year for this train to load. Still have a tremendous amount of people sitting over here in Garland that are looking to get around. Again, we're only allowed to take 4 at a time. As soon as we get into the green and able to buy another bus or 2, maybe even 3 if we can, that might be our next purchase. But we have a lot of needed purchases that need to be done in the very near future, but just a limited amount of money to do so. I don't want to run the series into the ground, so I got to be careful. Supply rating is 71% right here, 0%. So we are getting food to these commercial buildings over here, but yeah, 100%, 100%. So that's another thing. Eventually, we will get a drop-off for a truck, and they'll just be running food back and forth to the center of town, because our train station's a little far out. But I like to keep the train stations on the outskirts of the beginning of the town so it doesn't impede the growth, because we will eventually need to add on tracks, most likely, and I don't want to have to destroy buildings to do so. So $56,000 we just made with people. We're throwing some more people on the train, and they are taking off. Of course, there's 4 more people that are probably looking to go on this train. That's going to be a month and a half before it gets back. But we don't have an end user for our bricks yet. That will be a something we need to address here in the very near future. 82,000, that's not terrible. We're only running at a negative 20,000 for the year now. We've actually made up some money, so that's good. We went from negative 500,000 to negative 25,000. So, and if you guys saw at the beginning of the episode, this thing was negative $64,000. That one food trip ended up making us 400,000. So we're back in the green, even though not very efficient right now. We're still making $250,000 off this line. So certainly not profitable. All of our lines are making money, so we're not losing money anywhere. All the lines are making money. The only place we're losing money is in the stations themselves, the maintenance and upkeep and things like that. All of our vehicles are in good shape. They're mediocre or very good condition or better. So that's a plus. We won't have to replace anything for a while. They're only going to be almost 2 years old at our oldest vehicle. That's a good thing. Our train is waiting on 8 more tons of food, which should be coming here in the next 4 or 5 loads. So we spent a ton of money in episode number 2 using the saying, spend money to make money. I think we're going to be okay as time progresses, and the vehicle and trains only get better from here. In episode number 3, we're going to attempt to get ourselves into the green and allow our road and rail vehicles to make us some money and potentially start to attempt to crawl ourselves out of debt. Let's see how this train does pulling in here. It should be a good chunk of change. 227,000. Very nice. Please don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the content, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that red subscribe button and set your notifications to all. Again, if you enjoy survival and military content as well, subscribe to my second channel that's showing up on the left, or I'll throw a link down in the description below. Continue this series by following the playlist popping up onto your screen right now, or if you've caught up with this series, check out the Ostrif playlist right below it. Click any one of those links, and we will see you over there.